Welcome to Anti-Woke and Autistic. When a morbidly obese woman thinks she's healthy or is implying that she's healthy just because she can do the splits, she's outright out of her mind, and people who believe that she's healthy just because she can do the splits are naive, gullible, ignorant, very misinformed. Now, Amanda Martinez Beck has an Instagram account of about 22,000 followers. And in a previous video or two, I mentioned that she didn't have a TikTok account. And probably at the time I made those videos, she didn't have the TikTok account, but she's got one now. She has this to say. First of all, she says some people are shocked to find out she can do that. Again, like I said before, some people are ignorant and they think fat people can't do the splits. But there's actually no reason why a morbidly obese person wouldn't be able to do the splits. In fact, just the opposite is true. I'm going to show you something here that'll clear that up. As you can see, she's doing the splits. Don't underestimate your fat friend. And she says people are shocked when they see she can do this. But do you notice something peculiar here? Or maybe it's not so peculiar. Look at the size of her belly. Look at this fupa. Look at this fupa. That's why she could spread her legs out so far. Because over a course of time, that huge overhanging stomach of hers has been gradually stretching out her legs. So the soft tissue in her legs has been gradually getting stretched out over time. So I'm not surprised at all. And I'm a former personal trainer, and I'm not surprised at all that Amanda can do the splits. Well, actually, she's not in the complete split position, but she's close enough. And it doesn't surprise me at all. She is so fat in her middle there that she can't even sit down in a regular chair with her legs together, with her thighs together, or her legs crossed, because she's so big there. Her legs have no place else to go but out. So there's no shock. There should be no shock that she can do this. The second issue is if she wants to shock people by showing them what she can do, let's see how quickly she could get up to her feet after being in the splits. You want to time that? How much you want to bet it would take her at least a whole minute to get to her feet? And that's with help with her hands pushing up on a piece of furniture, or maybe bending over with her butt sticking in the air with her palms on the floor, like how a little baby, like how a toddler gets up, like how a toddler stands up. She is so top heavy, she can't just get up. She would have to get up like an 18-month-old, like a 15-month-old. That's what would shock me. What would shock me, what should be shocking, is if she could trot up a flight of stairs, and especially if at the top of the stairs be able to talk without sounding like she hasn't breathed for a full minute. It's not shocking that a fat person is sitting still on the floor with their legs out perfectly still. I'd like to see her do burpees. I'd like to see her do a single burpee. I'd like to see her do a single half squat where the thighs would be parallel to the floor. And if she can do that, I'd like to see her do 3 or 4 or 5 in a row. I'd like to see her walk 3.5 miles an hour. I'd like to see her walk 3 miles an hour just for 50 yards. I'd like to see her jog in place for 30 seconds. I'd like to see her jump rope for 10 seconds. I'd like to see her do jumping jacks for 10 seconds. Never mind sitting perfectly still with your legs being pushed out by your huge paniss and your legs are perfectly still. Not the least bit impressive. Not the least bit impressive. You know something? I'd like to see her put that flexibility to use. Can she do a high karate kick, for instance? And then she says, let's see what else she says here. Don't underestimate your fat friend. Don't underestimate your fat friend. You can do things. What are all the things that you can do, Amanda? Can you jog down the street with your children? How difficult would it be? How easy would it be for you to mount on a bicycle and pedal down the street and then get off the bicycle? I'd like to see you get out of a deep chair. I'd like to see you deftly get in and out of a car. Just because a very fat person could do the splits, it doesn't mean anything. Because what are they going to do? Start practicing karate or something with that splits ability? It's useless. It's useless, really. If you've ever watched My 600-Pound Life, some of those people who, of course, are around 600 pounds, they're in the splits constantly because their lower abdominal area, their upper end, but especially the lower abdominal area is so humongous. And often there's this big lymphedemic tumor. And over time, it's forced the legs. They have no place else to go. It's forced the legs into nearly a 180-degree angle. So sorry to rain on your parade, Amanda, but being able to do the splits doesn't mean you're fit. It doesn't mean you're healthy. It doesn't mean you can do the things that really count. I'd like to know one essential activity or recurring activity that people need to do that requires the ability to expand your legs out to nearly a splits position. I can't think of a single activity that's essential, that's crucial, or that's needed on a recurring basis outside of a karate class. And even in karate school, and I've been in karate schools, various martial arts, so I know this. Even in karate school, you don't have to be able to do the splits. The splits are not required to get promoted in belt rankings. The splits are not required to win sparring competitions. You don't need to be able to do the splits. It would be nice. It would be nice. It would be fantastic to be able to do the splits because those real high kicks, they look so cool, don't they? But it's not required. It's encouraged to get there, but it's certainly not required. Being able to do the splits, and this is also for all the fat acceptance community who feel very healthy and fit because they're so flexible. It's not required. I'd like to see morbidly obese people, especially fat influencers, fat acceptance influencers. I'd like to see you do the things that count. Can you quickly get up from the floor and to your feet? Can you, like, if you see your kid, your toddler, or your kid riding a bicycle across the street when they're not supposed to, or running across the street, or there's like a stove fire or something, can you quickly get from the floor? How quick can you get from the floor to your feet and make a mad dash? Can you sprint across a parking lot in the rain? Can you leap over a puddle? Not that you have to leap over a puddle, but you just never know when you have to leap over something in life. More than once, I've had to make a leap. I've had to make a good leap, and of course, I was able to do it. Can you efficiently bend over and pick something heavy up and carry it around? You're already carrying 200 pounds, 220, 230 pounds of excess fat. Can you pick something heavy off the floor? Do you have a sick child who's on the floor retching or something and you have to pick them up and then you have to hurry to the car with them in your arms? Can you do that, Amanda? Can you carry a vacuum cleaner up and down a staircase? I mean, come on. Can you do anything that requires stamina, that requires agility, fast change of direction? Oh, that's a good one. How quickly can you make changes of direction when you're on your feet? Can you run? Can you go up and down hills? I mean, who cares that you can do the splits? Doesn't mean anything. So that's my message today for gullible, impressionable, ignorant people, whether thin or fat or medium, who are impressed by what Amanda Martinez Beck can do. And it's also for fat acceptance influencers who think that being able to do the splits means you're healthy and fit. No, it doesn't. You could have the sickest body and still be able to do the splits. So that's my message for today, and have a wonderful day.